And a very good morning to you. Dwight Davis with you for our bird notes on this Sunday morning. Many years ago, there were no cattle egrets to be seen along the East Coast, or in the New World at all, for that matter. In the 19th century, they were, in the words of one book, self-introduced, meaning that they flew across the Atlantic from Africa. The first U.S. sighting was in Florida in 1942. The birds nested first in Florida in 1953 and then expanded rapidly north up the coast all the way to Canada. Now, obviously, there was an environmental niche for these birds, namely feeding on insects stirred up by cattle in the fields. Other herons did not do this. Well, as the cattle egrets invaded from the south, so apparently are the lesser black-backed gulls now invading from the north, at least in the wintertime. The lesser black-backed gull is a Eurasian species. It's similar to our great black-backed gull, the really large lumbering gull that can be seen on the beaches and on almost every light pole on the bridges in the area. The two birds are superficially similar, but the adults can be fairly well separated by leg color, by some faint markings on the head, and by the color of the mantle, that is, the dark feathers of the back and wings. The greater gull, very black, dark, and the lesser black-backed gull, more dusky. The size differential is obvious, too, if these birds are standing near each other for comparison. That's a good way to identify the lesser black-backed gull. In recent years, the number of visiting lesser black-backed gulls has increased dramatically each winter in our area. Last winter, there were some 500 counted. Now, there is clearly a trend underway here, and we can probably expect to see more lesser black-backed gulls in our area this winter. So, while the ornithologists puzzle over the increase of this birds, we man-on-the-beach birders can probably look forward to adding the lesser black-backed gull to our lists on the upcoming Christmas bird count. Just be sure to dress warmly.